Good morning, students. Today we will talk about the slope of demand curve. As you have seen in previous videos that demand works moves downwards from left to right. So what its slope indicates and what relation it gives between the price and the quantity demanded, that we will study today. The demand curve, as you all know, is moves or slopes downwards. It always goes downwards. We have seen in the last videos that how we prepare the demand curve and what we can say that it gives a negative relation between the price and the quantity demanded. Price and quantity demanded. What we see is that whenever price goes up, quantity demanded goes down. Whenever price goes down, the quantity demanded goes up. Both of these have inverse relationship. They always go in the other direction. If price is going in the right, the QD will go in left. If P is going in left, the QD would go in right. So this is because the slope of demand curve always slopes downward. It never goes up. Now, how the slope is estimated? Estimation of slope. How much the slope would go downward, that we can count by the formula. Because it moves downward, so it will be a negative number, delta P upon delta Q. Delta P indicates change in price and delta Q represents change in quantity. This will help us to make it clear that how much the demand curve would slope. So this is the one thing, that the demand or the quantity demanded depends upon the price. Are there any other aspects on which the demand depends? The demand depends on some more items that are called the demand functions. As we know that there are two categories of demand. First, individual demand, and second, market demand. Individual demand, the determinants of individual demand are called individual demand function, and the determinants of market demand are called market demand function. Now, what are the individual demand function? This is dx. Dx is the demand of x. X is the commodity. Function of px, pt, y, that is actually pr, px, pr, y, and then t, and then e. Now, what does these all means? Px is equal to price of the commodity PR, price of the related goods, then Y is yield. Yield, it means income of consumer. Then T is taste and preference. And then we have E. E means expectations. Expectations of consumer. So the demand of goods depends on all these. How it depends? First we talk about the PX, that is price of commodity. Whenever the price of commodity goes up, the demand would go down, and whenever the demand goes up, the price would go down. So it has inverse relationship with demand. This we have seen in last videos also. This is the key determinant of demand. It depends basically on the price. Then we have PR, price of related goods. It influences the price, demand. It influences demand in two ways. As there are two types of related goods, the first category is substitute goods. And the second category is related goods. If the price of substitute goods go down, then the demand of the main goods would go down. Just like if we are assessing the price of tea or the demand of tea, what we are assessing? We are assessing the demand of tea. tea cost you 5 rupees, and at the same time coffee is a substitute for tea, it costs 10 rupees. The demand for tea is 5 cups and the demand for coffee is 2 cups. Now if in any condition the price of coffee falls to 8 rupees or 6 rupees, the demand of coffee, the price of coffee is now 6 rupees and the price of tea is now 5 rupees. So what would happen? There's a lot of chance that the demand of tea would go down to 3 units or 4 units and it will increase to by the same extent. The demand of coffee would increase. Why? Because now the coffee is cheaper than earlier. If the demand of the price of coffee goes to 2 rupees and the price of tea remains 5 rupees, then automatically the demand of tea would shift to the demand of coffee. There will be very few people who would like to take tea. So this is how the substitute goods work. If the price of substitute goods go down, then the demand of the main goods go down. If the price of substitute goods go high, the demand of the goods go high. Now if we talk about the related goods, many years ago you have seen that in market if we go and we ask for ink, we get ink at almost all stationery shops. But today you would find only 1 or 2 shops in a town which will be able to provide you ink, and that is also a very old stock. Why this has happened? Because people stopped using fountain pen. Earlier, when people were using fountain pen, the demand of ink was in the market. Now as the people stopped using fountain pen, ink is there for no use. So the people have started not keeping ink with them. So whenever the price of related good goes up or the demand of related good go up, whenever the price of related good go up, its demand would go down, and as its demand go down, the demand of main good would also go down. Whenever the demand for related goods go up, the demand for the main good would also go up. So this is how the related good work. Now about the next remaining functions we would study in the next video. Thank you.